Hi guys, I'm back again, but I'm not in the shop. This is, let's call this now for something completely different. The shop is certainly out of bounds at the moment. I've called it the refrigerator sometimes, but at the moment it's the freezer. And tonight I think is going to be below zero, probably going to be in the negatives. A couple of days of Arctic blast. It's almost impossible to get enough heat into it to be worth wasting fuel and getting a decent spell of time to work. Anyway, what I've got for you today is some flash animations, and I've actually had them quite a long time. But it occurred to me that those amongst you who are either interested in firearms or owners might find them both interesting and useful. The one on the 1911, which is was put out by STI International, I think I must have had the file nearly 10 years, is exceptionally good. And very detailed. It's only about a 100k file, but it crams in a terrific amount of information. And the other is the M-1 Garand, which is covered by 3 files which cover the action, trigger and feeding. Those are quite comprehensive, quite a lot of text thrown in, and so they're useful for the beginner on an M1, but also might be a good refresher for those who actually have one. So I hope you enjoy all those. And down below I'll put some links. There are 2 pages on the Old Man Shop which show all these, so you can go there and watch them in the site. And or I've put links so you can download the SWF files, and if you have the Flash plugin, they should play for you. Alright, that's about it. I can't see much break in the temperatures for another week or so. There's probably more snow to come, and oh, it's a freaking mess. I hate it. It's when it's this cold weather I tend to think I'd rather be sweating, but then when I'm sweating I think I wish it was cooler. I can't win. I really can't win. Alright, anyway, that's enough ramble. Here we go with the animations, and hope you enjoy seeing them, and hope to see you before too long, I hope. Okay guys, here's the first animation, the venerable 1911. Those who have one will probably know the workings pretty well. Those who haven't got one might be interested to see how this works. STI International, I think, commissioned this animation many years ago actually, and they put quite a lot of interesting controls on here which you can play with. You can either go to my website and look at the pages there which show them, or you can download the file and play with it at home. But anyway, you've got controls here: split, alpha, hide and show. What happens is, if we use alpha, we get a sort of transparent effect, and then if I actually do a sort of cutaway on these, you'll see a very clever cutaway view of the whole action. It's very good. Alright, I won't dwell on it too long, but if you want to see it, you can, as I say, go to the site or download the file. It's brilliant. It's only about 100k, so there's a lot of work gone into this too. Alright, I'm going to move on to the Garand stuff and give you a flavour of those. Okay. Right, well, here's the first of the 3 files covering the Garand.
This is not quite as sophisticated as the 1911 with regards to the animation. A lot of it's using line, but the description is actually quite good. And you've got three choices here: parts, introduction, step by step, action, glossary. And once you get one of these running, you get a home option here to bring you back to this page. And if we go to introduction of parts, you'll see things being sort of put together, which is quite handy. And step-by-step action, we've got a play option here, and you can hit this to suit your own speed for reading and such like. So that gives you quite a lot of info actually. Even if you have an M1, it's useful to refresh on the action components and so on. And then here we've got a glossary of terms. Put your mouse over individual parts. Very handy. I'd say it's not as sophisticated as the 1911 one, but it's very, very informative. Alright, so that's the first one, and I'll get set up. That was my phone. I'll get set up for the next one. Right, well, here's the one dealing with the trigger group. It follows a similar principle to the action one. There's an introduction of parts where the various bits are sort of brought in to assemble. In itself quite handy. Trigger group action, which is fairly detailed. The text is actually quite useful. And then from there, one more. Some of the description is a bit basic, or will seem basic for people who know the rifle very well, but for others it's hopefully quite handy. And the glossary approach is similar to what we saw on the action. Hover on the text and then you can see the part in its position. Very, very handy. Although it's simple, sort of line drawing, there's a lot of information crammed into that. Very, very useful. So the third one is to deal with feeding, and we'll move on to that. Well, this is the last one on feeding. This is actually the largest file, although I don't think this is even much bigger than about 300k if you want to download one. Quite a comprehensive look at. Step by step, this takes you through quite usefully. Same deal, worth stopping if the text is to be read. A lot of work's gone into this, although it's simple line stuff. Pretty cool, actually. I haven't looked at these for quite some time, and I don't know who put them together. Lot to look at. And the bolt group is quite, oh, there's even more in here. Parts intro. the clip itself, or the bolt group. We've just done that. The clip is one of those famous things that in World War II made a distinctive noise when it was ejected, and it was often reckoned that the enemy would hear the clip sound and know that the shooter was temporarily unloaded. Not very useful. And then just a little bit on the ammo itself. .30-06 has been around for a long time, although it has been reckoned that the 308 is as good as, or some people say it's even better, but the 06 isn't going to disappear in a hurry. And finally, a full demo. There you go, going all the way through. Eight rounds. There comes, it's a wretched clip comes out. So there you are, guys. I hope that's been of interest. And reiterating again, watch this on my website or download the files and enjoy them at your leisure. Right, well, I hope to get back in the shop sometime, but it won't be for a bit. In the meantime, the old fart signing out and saying thanks for watching. See you later, guys.